Hey dolls, welcome back to the dollhouse. I wanted to hop on quickly to discuss with you guys for my very first session of Sunday Chill Sack Chat. And I'm titling this Black Babies Code Blue. The reason behind my choice in this is because over the last span, I would say, uh, this entire year so far, and then toward the end part of last year, there has just been an insane number of Black babies that have been killed or harmed or abused by the hand of their own parent or either someone who the parent let into the home to be around and have access to the child. Um, when did we, as African Americans, become known for killing our own children? Like, I know stereotypes and different things like that. We get upset when people label us or put us in a certain category based on our race. But there were just some type of like crimes that you would hear about, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's a white person. Oh, that's a black person." Just by nature, like, not saying that we hate other people's children, but most people don't want their own kids, let alone take on somebody else's and harm them. So I don't know. So I was just curious as to what you guys thought about that. I did find an article that I was just kind of googling around just to kind of see, what was out there. And of course, they said child murder by mothers are patterns and prevention. And they're saying, which we have been able to notice, that when a child does come up missing or murdered, the first suspects are always, always, always the parent. And for good reasons, because most of the time we are the ones that have direct access to the child, and their well being is our responsibility. So I can kind of see, why they would start there as far as looking into the situation and trying to find the child and return the child home safely to its family. But we've just never, ever, ever been known to harm our own children. And that has just really been bothering me lately. So I just wanted to jump on and do a quick chat about it. I'm trying to get more consistent now that I got some of my health issues out of the way so I can be on as scheduled to put out more content and interact with you guys. So this is my first episode. I did want to put this out here, and I do want feedback. If you're watching this as a replay, please comment and let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it, or if you think I'm over exaggerating, however you feel about it. But I just have been taken aback by the number of babies that have just been slaughtered by the parent or someone that the parent let into the home. Hey, Roxanne. I'm just on here running my head. Trying to get back on schedule for doing the Sunday chat. So this is my first episode. And I was talking about black babies and like when did we as blacks start killing our own kids? Like we never did. I never heard of such. Now every now and then you may hear maybe one, but it was always like a an underlying issue or something. But this has become like a common thing. Like I'm not even shocked when I see a news story anymore. And I immediately, just like the police, I immediately look at the parent like, what happened? What did they do? Whatever stuff like that. So I just jumped on to kind of get that topic out there and get a conversation started to see what others thought about it. Um, how do you feel about it, Roxanne? Do you have a comment about it? Or do you see it as increasing lately, or is it just me? But I know, like we had uh, Cupcake. And that one really, really just like took my heart. That little girl, oh my God, she was so precious, and I just couldn't imagine after hearing like some of the court proceedings, and they drugged this baby, like they gave her sedatives that could take an elephant down, and then they found her DNA and blood on a mattress from two people that had abducted her. I mean, it was just insane, and I could not believe like how in the world. And this man, as far as the cupcake story, he even went so far as to go to a side store and get a sex enhancing performance pill. And it just blew my mind. And now, what's being said concerning that case is that now the mom is friends with people that the dad kind of has a gut feeling that with more people involved than just the two that they have in jail right now. I think this generation. I mean, right. Absolutely right. I agree. I agree. When we know something's wrong, we're stressed out, overwhelmed, we don't go see somebody. And if we do talk to somebody, it's not really somebody that would be neutral, that would really give you, like what you need to hear and not pacify it for you or make light of something when there's really a underlying issue that needs to be addressed. So yeah, I agree with you on that. It's just been so bothersome, and I can't believe that anybody. Hey, Dara, I'm glad you're back home. Glad y'all came in also. But yeah, it really bothered me, guys. That cupcake, and then this last one here with the Malia Davis. I don't know if any of y'all been able to see it, but the stepdad, whoever that was in the house, he was saying, he came out on the news and he was like, "We did more than the cops did," and the baby. We were trying to search for the baby, and the police helicopter ran out of gas, and the cadaver dog or the search dog, fainted on the scene because he was so hot. It was just like insane. And he was just like, she knew her ABCs and one, two, threes, and she was gonna grow up and be somebody because she was smart. I mean, and not a tear anywhere in sight. And I could not believe him. Like, dude, this is a whole baby that was found killed and thrown into a river. And you're gonna stand up here and tell us that you didn't know anything about it. You was in the house playing the game, and then when y'all found out she was missing, you called the cops, and they sent a helicopter, and it ran out of gas, and then the dog couldn't go no further. It was hot, and the dog fainted. Like, come on, sir, come on. It was just crazy, just insane that you would even think that somebody would have a gall to get on TV on a news report about a missing child and say some stupid crap like that. Makes absolutely no sense at all. I just thought that was so crazy. I wanted to lock him up, just just guilty, just by standing there and talking, just for even opening your mouth. That was so stupid. And then the mom was standing like right there with them and just hugging on them and all this. It's crazy, crazy. So, but I appreciate you guys so much for coming on. You don't know how much that means to me because I really thought I was gonna be by myself on here. Anybody else have like any comments about the children? Have you all noticed? I know Roxanne said that she's seen and she agrees that the generation now are different, and like these moms and these parents, they don't think about the responsibility that comes along with having a child. Yeah, it's fun making it and all of that, but when that child's up with a fever and whining all night, or they have something going on, they can't talk to you and tell you what's wrong, and you've worked all day or whatever, and you have all this on you, and you snap. And instead of calling someone or having a backup system or support system that you can trust and call and say, "Hey, I need a break. I've got this going on. I got that," versus sitting up and allowing your child to be abused and or killed. So yeah, mental health in the Black community is lacking. And I have no idea why we won't just go see about ourselves. It's like, go see about ourselves, because I've never seen this many children killed by their parents in the Black community. That's just mind boggling to me. We've never, like, you see the news, we used to hear stories And just by hearing what happened or what the news is reporting, that's somebody white. Oh, that's somebody. And like I said, stereotypes, yeah, that's wrong. We get upset sometimes when people put us in those certain categories. But there's just some things that certain communities or certain people just don't do or not known for doing. Now, there are always going to be some exceptions within the groups, but this rate is insane. It's like gotten out of hand, and it's so much so that we're not even numb to it anymore. We see it on the news, and it's just like, oh, that girl killed her baby, instead of just like this complete and utter like outcry and rage because it's crazy. Let's see, but I think because the media, we know more about it. Plus, right, you're right. Yeah, we do know, get more alerts about it now. Yeah, and I just kind of that's too with police brutality and stuff like that too. I'm sure that's this has been going on. It just wasn't documented or easily to get access to as it is now. I do though feel like it's just I don't know. That's just something that I just don't feel like we did or we even would hear about that often in the Black community of a parent just killing their child or putting them in a situation to where they know or they're with somebody that they may not be too familiar with or somebody that you think won't hurt them. And another thing too, we're so quick to move somebody in over our children, and we gotta stop that. We can't just. I know, like people don't want to be alone, and when you have a child, you are a package deal. But before you leave that child alone with that person, I mean, that really has to be a thorough and mutual conversation had and agreement and understanding as far as the child, and then gradually introducing the child and work, hanging out together and just kind of build on that before you just say, oh, I'm going to work today, I'm going to leave the baby here. And then you come back and they got 3 knots on their head. Like, you got to know who you're dating and who you're around, and then ask around and then visit their families and kind of see how people interact before you make a decision like that, I think. So, anyway, guys, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. This is my first like real live, so I'm gonna try not to be too long, but I do want to come up with other topics and stuff to try to get consistent. Now that I got some of my medical things more lined out, I can be on schedule and more frequently, to build. So I do appreciate you guys for joining me. I'm really excited about it, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Have a good day, guys.